Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I got this look, which is all either drugstore or inexpensive makeup products. So if you want to learn how I created this look, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so let's get started. So I don't have a less expensive primer, so I think I'm just going to skip it for today. So for foundation, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Pro Glow, and I'm in the shade 202 Creamy Natural. So I am going to apply that, and I'm going to be using a beauty blender just because that's what I like to use. So I'm just going to dot that all over my face. Perfect. So now I am going to blend that in with, again, my beauty blender. And I know that I'm going to have to use more than what I applied, but I just like to get like my base down. Get it down and then build up from there. And this definitely isn't like the fullest coverage foundation, so if you want something fuller, you can either like mix it together with something, or they have like L'Oreal, their Pro Matte one I think is a little bit more fuller coverage than this, or their new one they came out with as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another layer of that. Some right here, dot it all over. Make sure it's like really as good of coverage as I can get it, because I definitely prefer fuller coverage than lighter if I'm going to be wearing foundation. I just feel like if it's not full coverage, there kind of isn't a point, and I would rather not even bother with it. And I'm just gonna blend it like around my chin too. Put it on my eyelid. But I definitely like this foundation because it really gives you a nice glow. Even though it's not like super full coverage, it's still, you still get pretty good coverage out of it. I would say it's like medium buildable. Like it definitely, you can see your skin through it. Like you can see some of my like freckles. You can still see like any blemishes. So you definitely need like a good concealer on top of it. Okay. Now that that is on, I am going to do concealer. So I have a few here that I could use. So I think for spot concealing, I am going to use my Maybelline Fit Me. And I'm in the shade Light, so that's number 10. And then for highlighting, brightening, I'm going to use something else. So I'm just going to put this on any little like spots or redness that I have around my face. Okay, that's pretty good. And I'm just going to blend that out with, again, my beauty blender. And this concealer, again, it's really buildable. I would say it's a medium buildable coverage again. I like the finish. It wears pretty well throughout the day. When I do put it under my eyes, it doesn't really get creasy at all, so I do really like it a lot. And it did cover my redness really well as well, so that's always a positive. So now I'm going to just highlight under my eyes, and I think I'm going to use... What do I want to use? I have a couple here. I think I'm just going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind for under my eyes because it's meant for under the eyes anyway, so I might as well just use it. And I'm in the color Fair. So with this one, you want to like twist it a little, and the product will come out of the little sponge, and then you can just kind of go ahead and run it under your eyes. And this shade is a little pink for me. I definitely prefer like yellow based concealers and foundations, but it will do the job just fine. So I do just about that much, and this concealer does again have pretty good coverage, so you don't really need to like cake it on. So now I'm just gonna blend that out again with my beauty blender. And I just put it on the areas that like I want to highlight a little bit, brighten. Make sure you blend out under the eyes. And then I wanted to highlight my forehead as well. Just pat out any creasing before you set it in place. Okay, so now that my base is done, I am going to cream contour, so I don't have a drugstore powder contour. So for that, I am going to be using my NYX Wonder Stick. So this one end is a highlight, looks like that. And then the other end is the contour, it looks like that. And I am in the shade Universal. So now I'm just going to kind of take it where I would want to contour. I'm just going to do it on my cheekbones for now, just so I can blend it out first. So again, I'm just going to take my beauty blender, and with contour you want to blend up and not down, because you want that line you created to kind of stay sharp and stay where you placed it. Okay. In this contour, it's pretty good, but it's not, like, I'll be honest, it's not the easiest to blend out, so you definitely want to blend it out quicker rather than not, because it does take a minute to get nicely blended. So that's how the contour looks. I don't think I'm going to use the highlight because I have a couple of powder highlights that I like, but for now, that's good. So now I have my contour done. I'm just going to contour my cheeks for now, and I'll just use a bronzer for the rest of my face. So now I'm going to set everything in place. So I'm going to use, I think, my Ofra Cosmetics setting powder. So this one is fairly inexpensive. You can get it online. And this is the translucent powder in the shade Light. So there are a couple of different shades of this. So there's a light one and then a deeper one, I believe. So now I'm going to set everything in place. So I'm going to take the powder on my beauty blender again and just go like right underneath my eyes. I want to make sure everything is set. And you definitely want to blend out any creases, like buff out any creases before you set anything in place, or else you'll basically just be setting your creases, so you don't want that. And I'm probably just going to set my whole face with this, especially the areas that I concealed, so it doesn't move around. I find this foundation, it can like transfer throughout the day, so you just want to make sure that it lasts. It is a really long wearing foundation, but I find that if I don't set it, then it kind of can move around and feel a little bit too oily almost. So I'm gonna set everything. Okay, and then I'll set my nose. I have like little specks of glitter all over my face. I don't even know what that's from. It's weird. Not that I'm complaining, I like glitter, but you know. Okay, so now everything is set, so now I'm going to move on to my bronzer. So I'm going to be, again, using my NYX bronzer. So that one I have is in shade Light. It's this bronzer and then the shade Light. So for that, I'm going to be using my Morphe brush. Doesn't have a name or a number or anything. And I'm just going to kind of be setting my contour with it. And I bring it like up around my temples as well. Basically, I'm just going to bronze all of the areas that the sun would naturally hit. So my cheeks, my temples, my forehead. I definitely want this look to be more bronzy, even though it is more of a fall look. I still like to be bronzy all year round. Literally have glitter all over my face. I really don't know like where that came from. Okay, so pretty much all bronzed up. Just making sure everything is like even. Okay, and then I'm gonna just take my bronzer and sharpen up my contour a little with this brush. This is from like my Benefit Hoola bronzer. These are the brushes that just come in the little cartons. So see how that just sharpened it up. Looks really nice and crisp now. Okay, so now I am going to use blush. So I think for my blush today, I'm going to use my Milani Luminoso blush. This is one of my favorite blushes ever, not even just Drugstore, but it just gives a really pretty peachy glow, and usually I don't love blush. I like more neutral blushes, so I end up just using bronzer just because. But this one, it's really pretty. It gives you a really pretty glow, and it's not super bright, so you can still get away with wearing it with more neutral looks. So I'm just going to apply it onto my cheeks, and then I like to blend my blush onto my temples too, just so the bronzer and the blush kind of blend nicely together. And this blush is pretty pigmented too, so you again don't need a ton of product on your brush. I would rather build it up than go on with it like too harsh. But it just brightens up your face so well, and I just love it. And it's inexpensive, which is amazing. The Drugstore definitely has gotten some nice gems recently. Like, they're really stepping up their game. So see how just nice that looks. Still looks natural, really pretty. And now for my favorite part, highlight. So I have a few here that I can use again. So I'm going to start with my Wet n Wild one. It's called To Reflect, and it's their shimmer palette. This one isn't super pigmented, so I'm definitely going to put something on top, but I'm just going to use it to kind of build up my highlight, and then we'll go from there, because you guys know that I like my highlight to be blinding and not so subtle. But this one is still really pretty. Like, it gives a really pretty glow. It's definitely more of a pinky highlight too, and usually I go for more kind of champagne tones, but for the look today I feel like it will work. Wet n Wild is a really good brand too. Like, they have some really awesome products. Like, their highlights are bomb. I've heard their foundation is really awesome too. I haven't tried it yet, but kind of want to. Let me know if you guys have tried it and if you like it, and if it's worth me going out and buying it or not. So I'm always looking for new foundations. I think foundation is definitely like one of my favorite things to test out. I just love like finding that perfect base, like your perfect color, like just how it looks, like makes you look. It just, I don't know, it's exciting to me. So now I want my highlight to be a little more neutral toned, I would say, because if you guys can see, it's just a little pink. So I think I'm gonna take a highlight from one of my Carly Bible palettes. I haven't decided which one yet. So I have both of her palettes, and they're from BH Cosmetics. So BH, if you're not familiar, is a really affordable brand. Her eyeshadow palettes like went for 20 bucks or something, and you get highlights in them. You get eyeshadows. So this is what her original one looks like, if you guys aren't familiar. So I'm going to take a highlight from here. I'm going to be taking, I want to say this one probably right here, just to warm up my highlight. And these are super pigmented as well, so, you know, you don't need a ton. Now it's poppin'. Dang. Yeah, her highlights are really nice. They created such like a great formula. Like, look at that. It made it so intense, and I'm obsessed. Alright, so now the last step for my face is I'm just going to go back in with this brush, which I keep forgetting to tell you guys, is the brush that I use for my blush. It's from Sephora. It's the number 55 brush. So I'm going to use that to just kind of blend everything together. So there's no like harsh lines, and I did not apply any extra product on here. I just am using whatever was left on the brush and just kind of blending everything together like that. Okay, so now everything is all blended, my face is done, and unfortunately I do not have any drugstore brow products either, so I'm going to do my brows off camera, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I am back with my brows done. If you want to know how I did my brows, I do have a video on my whole brow routine, so I did the same exact thing. So I will leave that video linked in the description box for you guys to go and watch as well. So now I'm going to move on to my eyes. So I also didn't have a drugstore eyeshadow primer, so I used what I had. And I did set my base as well, just with a cream shadow, and I used the one right here from this NYX Ultimate eyeshadow palette. And this is the Warm Neutrals one, so I will also be using that today. I'm going to probably be doing some type of warm smoky eye, maybe burgundy. Just gonna kind of play it by ear and see how this goes. So yeah, so let's get started. So I'm going to be taking this shade right here in this palette for my transition shade. So it's a nice like warm neutral brown. So I'm going to be just taking that on my Sigma Blending E25 brush. Looks like this. It's really nice for the crease because you can get it like right in there. Nice and precise. I actually like this eyeshadow palette. It's like for a drugstore palette, it's pretty pigmented, like they blend really nicely. If you guys can see that, like it's pretty easy to blend. Like I don't really have any issues with it getting like patchy or whatever. So I'm just taking that again in like windshield wiper motions, blending it into my crease. Like that. Like, I'm so excited for the fall time. Fall colors and fall makeup is probably my favorite because I love warm colors. I'm not a big color person, like bright colors really aren't my thing, but I love warm neutrals and really any type of neutral. So I'm just going to repeat that to my other eye. What are your guys' like favorite looks? Like, do you like fall makeup? Do you prefer like bright colors? Do you like cooler tones? Like, what do you guys like doing? I would love to know. So this is definitely my personal favorite. But if you guys want to see bright colors, I guess I can, you know, make it work, but let me know what you guys want to see as well. I'm excited for fall, so you'll probably be seeing a lot of fall makeup tutorials. Okay, so now I'm going to take, what color do I want to use? I think I'm going to take this burnt orangey color, use that next, and kind of build up from there. I think I'm definitely going to do like a burgundy type of eye. I might do like a halo eye, so we'll see where the wind blows us. So I'm going to take that into my crease next to build it up. And again, like my eyes are, I would say, like more hooded, so I like to bring up my crease just a little bit so that like my lids don't hide my work, you know. It's kind of annoying. Like, I want it to be seen, you know. Alright, do it to my other eye. Do you guys go like apple picking or pumpkin picking or anything? Like, do you guys like get into fall activities like that? It's like, I definitely do. So that's like all right around the corner. And like, what about Halloween? Do you guys still like do anything for Halloween? Do you want to see any like Halloween makeup tutorials? Let me know. Like, I'm probably gonna do a couple because why not? And if you have any ideas or suggestions, let a girl know as well, because I don't really know what I want to do. Like, I usually don't do Halloween makeup because I don't really do much for Halloween, but, you know, we'll see. See what happens. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna just do this like really smoky because that's how this is coming out so far, but whatever. It is what it is. I guess I wanted that. Alright, now I'm gonna take that first like transition shade that I used and just kind of blend this out and soften it, diffuse it, whatever. By the way, I switched chairs because the chair I was using was like extremely squeaky, so I apologize. It was really annoying me, and I'm sure you guys got annoyed as well. So if you did, I apologize. Not a squeaky chair anymore. I'm liking how it's coming out so far. I love using orange shades with my eye color because it really makes them pop like a lot. That's also why I like using them. Alright, now I'm going to be using probably this burgundy shade right here to build it up more, and I'm gonna take that again on my Sigma blending brush, and I wiped it off so there's no product on it. So I'm just gonna take a little of that because the shadows are pigmented, so I don't want it to look crazy. So now I'm gonna take it and again build that crease up, and I'm gonna kind of bring it onto my lid as well because I think I'm gonna do more burgundy like on my lid. Alright, now I'm gonna start bringing it in. Okay, so now it should look something like that. And now I'm going to put that burgundy shade kind of on the outer corner and the inner corner of my eye. Definitely I'm going to do a halo eye, so stay tuned. And I'm trying to leave some empty space in my lid so that whatever color I use will show up. So now I'm just taking that same blender brush with no added product on it and just kind of buffing out any like harsher lines. Just like that. And I'm going to repeat those steps to my other eye. And the inner corner. These shadows, like, they don't really have a lot of fallout, which that's pretty awesome. And they're pretty pigmented, like I said, so that's really cool. I like that. Because usually, like, when shadows are pretty pigmented, you will get fallout just because that's how it works. But with these ones, there's really not much, which is good because when you do get fallout, sometimes it can smudge on your makeup and it just gets messy and annoying, but you know. I'm going to take that burnt orange shade that I used again on this brush and just kind of blend out my crease again. Okay, repeat that step to this eye. Okay, now I'm going to do the halo. So I'm going to be taking, I think, a shade from the Carly Bible palette because the highlights in there I like to use on the lid because they're really poppin' and they're pigmented, so you can definitely get away with it. I think I'm going to use from the original palette this more gold tone shade. I might like mix those two together, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to take that lighter gold shade first, and I'm going to pop it right in the center of my lid. Just like that. And I'm going to blend it out after and stuff. Don't worry. Like, look how pretty that looks. Like, those highlights are really, really good. So now I'm going to take, again, this brush, what else is new, and blend that out and diffuse any, like, harsh lines. So you want it to look seamless. Now I'm going to take, I think that burgundy shade again on this brush, which is my Medium Sweeper E54 brush from Sigma, and I also use this for the outer and inner corners too. So I'm going to take a little more of that burgundy shade, and I'm going to just blend out that gold with it. So go in like that, and then the inner corner as well. So that just like blends it together a little, so it just looks a little more like seamless, if you will. Okay, now I'm going to take that first transition shade, and I'm going to use my Sigma again, blending E40 brush. Sorry, that was kind of worn off, and I'm just going to blend. I know there's lots of blending, but if you really want a seamless eyeshadow look, you gotta take the time to blend. Like, you really do, or else it's just gonna look choppy, not good, it's gonna just look too harsh. Okay, so now it should look like that. So super bright, super pretty, nice for fall. Now I'm gonna do my lower lash line, so basically I'm gonna use the same colors that I used for my lids on my lower lash line. I'm gonna start with the burgundy shade though, the darkest, and then blend it out from there. So I'm gonna take, again, a Morphe brush, and this one is just like a flat kind of brush, like a liner brush, and I'm gonna take that on my bottom lash line. And doing like shadow on your bottom lash line, it also helps to hide any creases. So if you guys are prone to creasing, this will definitely help to hide it. So now I have that done. So I'm going to blend it out with this Morphe brush. It's just like a little round, blending brush. And I'm going to take that orange shade, that burnt orange shade that I used, and blend it. And I don't want to be like super neat with this because I want it to look smoky and like sultry. So I'm going to just blend it out like that. So it's pretty intense, but I really like it. And then lastly, I'm going to take that first transition shade to diffuse all of that and blend it out even more. See how it just like hides the under eye creasing? Love it. So now I'm just going to repeat that to my other eye. So that burgundy shade again, and go right underneath. I love using like these color shadows, like I said before. They're just like perfect for fall. Okay, so we have that. Gonna blend it out again with that burnt orange shade. And then blend it out with that transition shade. Okay, so now your eyes should look something like this. I think I'm going to do an inner corner highlight. I think I'm just going to use the highlight that I used for my my cheeks from the Carly Bible palette. So that was this one right here, this lighter, more champagne-y colored. I'm going to take that on my Sigma, cannot read that, but it's this brush right here. So I'm going to take that right into the inner corner, just to brighten it and kind of tie in the, halo eye. And then I'm just going to put it on my nose, because why not? Alright, so that is the eyes. So now I'm going to go off camera, pop on some mascara, pop on my lashes, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. These are the lashes. So, can you guess what lashes I used? My Ardell Demi Wispies. Shocker, I know. But I love them. They're my favorites, so whatever. And they're really inexpensive. Usually I buy the 4-pack because I use them all the time. But they do sell them individually as well. So, now I'm going to be doing my lip. So, I'm going to line them first. So, I'm going to be using this Essence lip liner. Also my favorite lip liner, because it's just a perfect nude, and it's called In the Nude. It's number 11. So these are like pretty cheap. I forget how much I paid for them, but it's Essence. You can get it at, I think, Ulta. And so I'm going to line them now. And I do slightly overline my lips too, so I'll show you how I do that too. So I go on my top first. And like, I am not gonna be neat with this first because I clean them up after, so I'll show you that too. And I just follow basically my natural lip shape, but I just kind of go slightly over it. Does that make sense? Like, this isn't the Kylie Jenner lip challenge or anything, but, you know, I just like them to look a little bit fuller. Okay, so now that I have them lined, what I do now, this is what I do every day for my lips. Where is it? Don't you guys love when you like literally just have something and you can't find it like a second after you use it? Like, where do these things go? I don't know. There you are. Okay, so then I take my NYX Wonder Pencil. You guys have seen this in my brow video too. I use this to clean up my brows and my lip area. That's why it's literally like a little nubbin. So I take this and I literally just clean up my lip line. Make it as precise as I want. Like, so perfect. They do have 3 different shades. Yeah, 3 different shades. This is the lightest one. they have a medium, and then they have a deep as well. But I literally always use the light one, even when I'm tan in the summer, but, you know. And then I take my IT Cosmetics concealer brush to blend out that line. Just like that. Okay, okay, perfect. So now I'm gonna use my NYX Cosmetics Soft Matte Lip Cream in London. This is like my favorite nude, really, just almost in general, not just Drugstore. Because it's just like perfect warm nude. Like, I'm not really a big fan of pinky nudes. I don't know, I have a warmer complexion, so they just kind of clash with my complexion versus warm nudes where they really complement it. So okay, I'm just gonna go back with this, clean it up again. Perfect. So now my lips are done and this look is pretty much complete, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really love how it came out. Super nice for fall, nice and dramatic too, so good for like a date night or whatever it is, if you're going out with your friends, whatever. It's just really pretty and smoky, but you know, obviously I'm gonna wear it in the daytime too because I'm extra like that, so whatever. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel before you leave. It would be really awesome, and I would love to have you guys here with me every video. If you have any suggestions, comments, whatever it is, please leave them down below. You can always follow me on my other social media, and I will leave that stuff in the description box too. And again, I will leave my brow tutorial and how to apply lashes down there too, because I know I did that off camera, so if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and watch those videos. And if you have any suggestions on future videos or Halloween tutorials that you guys want to see, please let me know. For now, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!